spent an evening in the jail for doing nothing more than expressing their religious beliefs. You know, in our country, we're not governed by Sharia law, we're governed by the Constitution, and we have a First Amendment that protects those rights.
Is this more, were they adhering to Sharia law in their arrest? Because it doesn't seem to be going by our Constitution.
I guess that was my point. Again, our Constitution protects the right to free exercise of religion, the right to freedom of speech. Under Sharia law, you don't have those particular rights. You know, it's probably not a coincidence that in a city where you have the largest Muslim population in the United States, that you have police who are persecuting Christians.
It is so dangerous down at that border, and you don't see that on television because cameramen usually don't go there. I'm catching 60 people at a clip with the Border Patrol agents, and mixed in are people from the Middle East. We're joking about it, but it's very, very serious because as I asked Congressman King if I had a bus of drug cartel members, Hezbollah, or Chinese nationals, what don't you want to get through? The reason being is because the Chinese nationals, they could create a cyber 9/11. And I witnessed 9/11 firsthand. I mean, I was like this, and I ran from those buildings. A cyber 9/11 would make that day look simple. I mean, we're talking about shutting down our air traffic control or shutting down the electric grid on the East Coast. This country would not be able to get through that sort of thing. So the fact that we're allowing that to come through the border, this is a pathway to disaster. And we will never understand until it happens that America will never be the America we know. Because let me tell you, we just watched the city of Boston shut down for a week because of two guys who learned how.
Think terror training camps are only located in places like Pakistan? Think again. Our next guest has proof that radical Muslims are training to wage jihad right here in our own backyards.
Terrorist organization at war in the Middle East, and tonight top anti-terror officials tell the 6 News investigator Hezbollah agents are active in the Charlotte area.
Do you believe as Muslims the East and the West will one day be governed by the Sharia? Indeed, we believe that one day the flag of Islam will fly over the White House. Indeed, there's even a narration of the Prophet where he said the day of judgment will not come until a group of my ummah conquer the White House.
And tonight we have another disturbing story to report. The Obama administration has confirmed to Fox News that earlier this month, members of the National Security Council met with this man, Abdullah bin Baya. Now, this is a group that openly supports Hamas and calls for the destruction of Israel. Now, the group was founded by an Egyptian cleric who in the past has called for the death of Americans and Jews and is banned for ever stepping foot in the United States.
This is completely impossible to understand. Why you would have this person in the White House talking to people on the National Security Council, a person who's the vice president of an organization that calls for the destruction of the state of Israel, an organization whose president has advocated killing Israelis and killing Americans. And he's the vice president of the group. So we have somebody sitting in the White House who's part of an organization that has advocated the killing of Americans. What?
Just the other week, he was in a celebrity basketball tournament where he was outscored by Justin Bieber. I'm just saying. Sheesh. If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. I can take you places you ain't never been before. Baby, take a chance. So you'll never, ever know. I got money in my hands that I'd really like to swag, swag, swag on you. Chilling by the fire while we eating fondue. I don't know about me, but I know about you. So say hello to us in 3, 2, swag. I'd like to be everything you want. Hey, girl, let me talk to you. If I was your boyfriend, never let you go. Keep you on my arm, girl. You never be alone. And I can be your gentleman. Anything you want. If I was your boyfriend, never let you go. Never let you go. Subscribe, and I love you back. By my swag.
More now on this immigration rally that triggered new anger over the stalemate in Washington. Hundreds packing the National Mall yesterday. That's an area that was supposed to be closed due to the shutdown. Democratic lawmakers, several of them endorsing the rally. They showed up in person, a few of them, even thanking the White House for allowing it to happen. It's just a week after World War II veterans had to open barricades, the memorial that was built in their honor. One filmmaker capturing the frustration surrounding that fight in D.C. and seeing Nancy Pelosi at this immigration rally. Watch what happened there.
Nancy, did you visit the vet memorial today?
Not yet.
Are you going?
I go all the time.
Are you going today? Nancy, go today. Make sure they can get in, okay?
I don't go to Grandstand.
Nancy Pelosi and her bunch right across the yard have hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens over there that they're glad-handing. Most of them can't even speak English, but yet the American public is being locked out of the memorials that our fighting men have fought, died, and being honored with. And we can't even get in to see this stuff. It's appalling. Our government has sold out to the foreigners. Our president has sold out to the foreigners. And I am one veteran that is sick and tired of it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am upset at a 10. In fact, 10 doesn't even reach where I'm at.
Both of those clips come courtesy of Dennis Michael Lynch, a filmmaker with me now, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill.
So you went to the mall to see what was going on. Give me a play-by-play. You know, you went
Bill.
there. What did you see? What was going on?
Well, if you want to start with the illegal immigrant rally, I felt like I was back down in Texas along the border where there is no fence, and you say, come on in. I mean, they were welcomed. Just come on in. And it was like a rock concert.
You're saying they're illegal?
Oh, the majority.
You're saying they weren't citizens?
No, they weren't citizens. Not all. Well, you know, look, I didn't get to ask all 10,000 of them, but the majority of people who I spoke to, and I asked them straight out, are you undocumented? They didn't even understand what I was saying. So, you know, there's your answer, I guess. But now if you go over to the Veterans Memorial, what do I see? I see American citizens standing outside the memorial taking pictures. They can't get in. There's fencing all along. There's two signs, one that says don't come in and another one that says stop, don't come in. I mean, it is a punch in the face to the American citizen.
At which memorial is that?
You're seeing it right there. What you're seeing is that double sign that's sitting at the
World War II
Memorial. Yeah. Yes, the World War II
What
Memorial.
if we wanted to see Jefferson or Lincoln?
Listen,
are they open or not?
Bill, it's the same thing. It looks like lockdown, where we don't want you here. But you go to that mall, it was a rock concert, Bill. The treatment of American citizens is despicable. The President of the United States is not leading unless divisive behavior is leadership. But what happened yesterday, Bill, there were people at that illegal immigration rally climbing on some of the statues that were there. Nobody was doing a thing. Do you know how many park police were at that rally yesterday? It was countless. They were on horseback. They were on in jeeps. It was all over the place. And yet, at the park, well, sorry, we don't have the funding. It doesn't match. They're trying to hurt the American. Yeah.
This is selective enforcement of who gains access to the mall. That's what you're describing.
Bill, that's what it is. That's what it is. What they're trying to do, what this administration is trying to do, and oh, by the way, Nancy Pelosi never showed up at the Vets Memorial, by the way. What they're trying to do is they're trying to squeeze the American heart. They're trying to get us with the knife right there. So this way we put the pressure to stop all of this. This is not the way to go about it. Okay, the way to go about it is to stand behind Senator Cruz because he understands right now how bad Obamacare will be for this country. If you think things hurt now, Bill, you wait to see what happens when you get the perfect storm. Amnesty and Obamacare colliding, it is the end of the American worker for the middle class.
Well, apparently some lawmakers were arrested, 8 of them. They were all Democrats, and they were standing out in the middle of the street, blocking traffic. Did you see that?
Bill, you know what? I wouldn't even give them the courtesy of putting my camera on them. It was a big, huge grandstand. So no, did I see it? Of course I see it. Am I going to shoot it? No, because I'm not going to help promote them.
Dennis Michael Lynch, you saw quite a sight yesterday. I don't know how many other reporters were out there or filmmakers like yourself, but we'll try and find them. Dennis, thank you for sharing your story out of Washington today.
It's true, I can't attend you here and now as I'd like, but just try to stay out of my way. Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
It looks like another lawmaker has made themselves a lawbreaker. Since the NSA spying revelations last summer, many experts and rights groups have been asking hard questions as to how the NSA has been accessing secret and personal data over the internet. For the most part, the answer is always classified due to national security, so we can't find out. However, recently, at an Intelligence Committee hearing, Chairwoman Senator Dianne Feinstein became an unlikely whistleblower. She wasn't playing. So during the hearing, Senator Feinstein, in a prepared rebuttal, defended the NSA's accidental collection of information it shouldn't have and dropped the following bit of information.
May I interrupt this just to respond? In mid-2011, NSA notified the DOJ, the DNI, and the FISA Court, and House and Senate Intelligence Committees of a series of compliance incidents impacting a subset of NSA collection under Section 702 of FISA, known as upstream collection. This comprises about 10% of all collection that takes place under 702 and occurs when NSA obtains internet communications, such as emails, from certain U.S. companies that operate the internet background, i.e. the companies that own and operate the domestic telecommunication lines over which internet traffic flows.
Wow, Diane.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So did you catch that? If you didn't catch that, by making reference to the upstream data collection, Senator Feinstein just revealed what, over the summer, was heavily redacted in the and classified information. I think we all owe Senator Dianne Snowden Feinstein a great round of applause for blowing the whistle on the NSA.
And just to be clear, when she said background, what she, in the technical jargon of what she actually was saying, was backbone.
Right.
And what that means is the difference between upstream data and downstream data.
Right.
Downstream data is the data that they would tap into using Google, Yahoo,
What
your
you can find
email
on
carriers, people like that.
Right.
And there was a big hullabaloo over that of them, like, sending them these NSA letters saying you have to turn over this data, things like that. What she just revealed there is that they're actually not doing that. They're probably doing that a little bit, but where they're really getting their information is the backbone of the internet, which is your Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, Time Warner. They're going into the actual backbone of the internet and pulling the data from there, circumventing the carriers altogether.
Yeah, you're going straight to the servers and getting
straight
it.
to the servers.
That's what the biggest thing was. It wasn't just that, you can find everything on the internet. It wasn't that. It was the fact that they were going into to servers and getting them and browbeating.
It's pretty nasty, and now it's widely known that the NSA has taps connected to various telco networks, thanks in large part to AT&T employee Mark Klein, who blew the whistle on AT&T's secret NSA room in San Francisco. That's that room they keep up there where they're just sucking information out. What was unclear was what kind of access the NSA had, and now thanks to the senator, it's now very clear. And remember, this was classified information over the summer. They released like one little page that was heavily redacted over how they did it, and she just spilled the beans right there on C-SPAN.
In a prepared statement. That's my favorite part. It was a prepared statement, and at no point did anybody go, Diane, I don't think you're supposed to say that. I don't think you're supposed to say it like that. I don't think you should say it like that. No one. This is what I talk about. Like, no one paying attention up there. Has anybody thought about a single thing? She had to spend all that
time defending the NSA and their abilities. That's why they had to do that.
Whatever. In essence, what she's done is exactly what she condemned Edward Snowden for doing: confirming national security state secrets.